This is a Headgum original.
3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, guys? Just give me a second real quick. Well, maybe you need some advice, but not from your babe or your peers. Maybe you're scared of the dark and have trouble shaking the fear. Maybe you're drinking too much, could fill a lake with the beers. Maybe your girl wants to peg, plans on gaping your rear. Maybe when you see your reflection, you feel like breaking the mirror. Maybe she's pretty, but her voice isn't, you hate what you hear. Maybe your situation ain't yet fully opaque, but it's clear that you could benefit from reaching out to Jake in the mirror. I think if I were you, show. Yeah. It could easily be said these guys are too dope. With their help, you'll no longer be lonely and horny like some huge joke. Come get you some advice, you puto. I think if I were you, show. Yeah. It could easily be said these guys are too dope. With their help, you'll no longer be lonely and horny like some huge joke. Come get you some advice, you puto. I think if I were you, show.
Wow.
Wow.
That was a really gravelly voice.
That was me.
That was me.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow. So no longer be lonely or horny. This is a great seal of approval on this
Right?
podcast.
Yeah. Those are two good things that you don't want to be.
You don't
Don't
wanna
want to be.
Yep.
Well, horny's kind of fun
Horny's
to be.
fun as
Yeah,
long as, you know,
lonely's
there's
good.
payoff.
There's the
You don't want to be
satisfaction.
horny
Yeah.
forever.
Right,
No.
right,
Yeah. You want to be horny just for a small
In
amount.
the right time
Right.
and for the right time.
That's
Yes.
right. From like 4 to 4:30. Right before your
right
nap.
before happy hour.
That was written and shot, recorded, whatever, by Sketch the Bottom Feeder is his name.
Okay.
I got to assume that's a rap name, right? There's no
That's
way.
his birth name, I think.
There's no way that's his
Christian
communion name, right? Sketch the Bottom Feeder.
Let's see that birth certificate.
Holy shit, Sketch the Bottom Feeder.
Amazing parents.
Namaste. Emily and Sammy, hello.
What's
Hello.
Welcome to Los Angeles and the studio. You guys live in LA though, right?
We
We
do.
do.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. So welcome to just the studio. But
Thank
you've been
you
here
so
before
much.
too.
Yes, we have.
You can
But
be
it's still
welcome
nice
somewhere
to be
you've
welcomed back.
Been before, yeah.
No, it's not worth it.
Okay.
Have you sat on that couch before?
I have.
I have not.
Okay, hey, so
Okay,
welcome to the couch.
Okay, but I was in that seat before. Now I'm in this one.
Welcome to that seat.
Thank you.
Amazing.
Thank you.
This is great.
Co-hosts of a new Headgum podcast, Too Scary Didn't Watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
True
That's
or
right.
false?
True.
That's true.
It's a horror movie kind of rewatch, but you guys
Recap.
have maybe seen. Yeah, recap pod.
Recap.
Yeah, so Emily and Henley, our other co-host, are too scared to watch scary movies. And, well, they're getting braver over the course of doing the podcast. But I love horror movies, so I just tell them about them. And really ruin their days some days.
Some days.
Are you still scared by the recap?
Yeah. Depending on what it
Sometimes
is.
it's worse.
Sometimes it's worse.
So your imagination
Really?
can
I
make
would
it
say
worse.
there's some movies that it's better to hear about it than see it, but there are some that like the detail and the imagination of like I would say anything like gruesome body
like
stuff.
Evil Dead is
Oh,
a good
yeah.
example.
Evil Dead is so easy to watch, horrible to hear about.
I see.
Interesting.
Like,
because you make it like
ruin.
much gnarlier in your
What
head.
it-
When
what-
Evil Dead's actually pretty fun.
Right.
When you're watching.
But the
Interesting.
details are like, and then he chopped her up with a chainsaw, and then
Oh, yeah, that's grim.
like there was a bite and it spread, and the veins got all black, and
Yeah.
it's like
We
you're-
talked a lot about the fluids in
A
that
lot
film.
of
Right.
fluids.
But it's like the jump scare stuff that I don't like in horror movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that,
just
So,
part,
like,
that part
getting-
is
for me.
removed.
Right. That I see. Yeah.
When somebody explains a jump scare to you, do you get scared? And then you slam a mirror shut and there's someone behind her.
Yeah, I can see that.
There have been times we've been recording and we're like in a really, this is more when we were record in person, but pre-pandemic, but we'd be talking about a really intense moment and like we did it at my apartment, like my cat would make a noise or like something would fall, and that I would like have a
I
jump
remember you
scare.
screamed in the Conjuring episode.
I screamed
with
because it was a really
Betsy.
scary moment. We were building up the tension, and then I like kicked the mic or something, and it made a loud noise and scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, I don't like scary movies. I don't like feeling afraid.
You're
What
not
is
alone.
that? What is the feeling that you enjoy about it?
What is it?
Why? Why you like this?
I think it's a controlled experiencing and like a place to put my anxiety. It's like I can funnel it into this film, and the reason I feel anxious is because of this, not because of anything else in life.
No, I'm fine.
That's
Do you like
the
roller
movie.
coasters? It's kind of the same thing.
You know, I used to really like roller coasters, and I haven't been on one in a long time. I'd be curious to test that.
What about like Hollywood horror nights, like Not Scary
No,
Farm,
that's the
where
thing.
like people say boo to you?
Oh,
no,
yeah.
if it's real
haunted
and there's
house,
like a person
yeah.
touching me, I know they're not supposed to touch you, but sometimes they do.
Yeah.
And sometimes they
And
get
I
really
hate
close
that.
and it feels like they're touching you too.
Yeah, and sometimes they're just close enough to breathe. You can feel the breath.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
It's
I don't
basically
like that.
touching.
It's basically touching. If I could feel any aspect of your
Yeah, presence.
existence,
I don't
like,
wanna-
it's touching.
Yeah, especially during COVID times, every house is sort of a haunted house.
Remember when we used to, did you guys ever do this where you would see somebody on the other side of the street and like take a wide berth on those early walks, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
really like
Yep.
probably harder to do in New York because where are you going to go?
We did used to do that though.
Or like walk in the middle of the street and be like, hit me with
6
the car,
feet.
but
People
don't breathe on
People
me.
would just cross the street in New York City because there weren't that many people on the road. You're just crossing the street.
You got hit by a bunch of cabs, I remember, in
Yeah,
March
yellow
and
cabs.
April.
That's right.
You must have got hit by,
Yellow
what,
cabs and
8,
Ubers.
9
Yeah.
cabs or
A
something?
bike messenger for sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no.
Better than having somebody breathing near me.
Better.
I guess. All right, so this is a advice show. It's kind of like a horror movie recap podcast, but these are actual situations. But
Right.
like the horror movie, we're removed from them. We don't know these people.
Yeah.
They mean nothing to me.
Stakes
I
are
swear.
so low.
Yes. Who
They're
cares?
giving their anxiety to us.
Exactly.
A,
And we're-
a friend and I once dressed as Niles and Fraser Crane for Halloween, so I feel incredibly qualified.
there
Yeah.
we go.
What did you do to dress as?
What did you do in life
The
that
amount
led you
of
to
times
that?
I've just for Halloween basically been like
Just a
in
guy.
a man's suit.
Yeah.
and like
wig and a
nobody can understand who I am. Is
Did they
pretty
dress
crazy.
very differently?
We
Niles and Fraser?
carried Freud and Jung books and sherry glasses. That was those were the hints, but nobody got it.
I see. All right.
But anyways, I'm going to be really great at giving advice.
Yeah. Anyway.
I cosplayed as Niles once.
All right, this is a 29-year-old man living in Manhattan.
Awesome.
Try to put yourself in that.
Ooh,
Great
not
city
NYC,
choice.
Manhattan.
That's right. So, Emily, let's give this guy a fake name just so we can talk to him without sort of blowing up his spot. We'll preserve his anonymity, as I like to say.
Right.
Don Draper.
That's really cool.
That was cool. The New York
Don
City
Draper. Oh, like the Mad Men, right?
Exactly like that. A 1-to-1.
A pretty straightforward question here. Is it ever okay to flirt with someone on the subway? And if you have a good conversation with someone on a subway, is it socially acceptable to ask for a phone number or an Instagram? I'm a 29-year-old man living in Manhattan, and I don't have a particular woman in mind, but sometimes I have a conversation with a beautiful woman on the subway, and then when it's their stop or mine, I awkwardly say, well, take care. Any thoughts? Jake, have you ever picked up a girl on a subway? Amir, have you ever met another chipmunk on the subway? These fans troll me and call me a chipmunk for
rude
whatever
for a fan.
reason.
Yeah. It's mostly
No
because
fan of mine.
your cheeks
Yeah,
and
I'll
your
hoard
teeth.
nuts for the winter a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
more
do
your
have chipmunk.
behaviors.
Yes,
Right.
yeah, and I'm like very skittish.
You burrow into a tree every winter,
I
right?
do live in I do
Okay.
live inside of a tree, but
Right.
chipmunks oftentimes that's a misconception.
Yeah.
they just sleep
They
on
Well,
the
you have a lot of
branches.
chipmunk knowledge. So.
Yes, I do have a lot of knowledge of all woodland creatures, not just
Right.
chipmunks.
And both of your parents are chipmunks.
Yes, that's true. Well,
Okay.
my dad's a squirrel.
I see.
We spend so much of our lives on the subway in New York. Draper finishes. I'm surprised that more people don't fall in love while on transit. Thank you guys. You're the best. From Don Draper. Have y'all lived in New York City?
Never
Nope.
have.
Have y'all been to New York City?
Yes.
So you're familiar with the subway situation.
Familiar with the subway system, yeah.
Yes,
very
and just familiar with the concept of flirting with a stranger in a limited
Enclosed
amount
space.
of time.
Yeah.
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 Lived in San Francisco. There's buses
you
and
get it.
trains
Yeah, and trains,
there.
there's trains.
Right.
Yeah.
The BART, as it were.
The BART.
So try to
Uni.
picture yourself on a BART train. You're listening to a podcast. A guy has a cool book in his back pocket. Whoa, Steinbeck. But the cover page is missing. It's so worn in. That's really fucking hot.
It's not a prop. It's definitely not a prop.
Why is it taking you so long to read The Old Man in the Sea?
I just like to have it in my back pocket because I lost my wallet.
Oh, this? Forgot it was there.
He has another gun in his other pocket. So has anybody ever hit on you, or have you ever experienced an in-transit romance?
Someone asked me for my number in Trader Joe's once.
Whoa. That's
What'd you
pretty
do?
cool.
And they did with no conversation before.
No, that's
there
not okay.
wasn't-
That's wild.
there
Don't do that.
wasn't
What's your number?
a flirt. It was just
0.
Hey, you're really pretty. Could I get your number?
Wow. That's kind of exciting, right?
I said no. I panicked.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean,
Did you give a reason?
Did you give a Riesling?
Did you
read
buy
the
a
wine
have you looked
section?
at the Rieslings? Great selection and great prices here at
What
Trader
an
Joe's.
amazing amount of
Trader Joe's.
confidence that guy had. Just walk up to you, be like, "You're pretty. Can I
Yeah, I
have your
just sorta
number?"
love
Zero
that.
conversation.
Do you remember
In a
also
way.
this happened also once at Griffith Park at the observatory? A group of 3 people came up to me, 2 guys and a girl, and they said they had a camera and they were like, "Can you take a photo?" I was like, "Of course," thinking taking a photo of them, obviously, right? they wanted a photo of me with one of the guys, and I was so shocked and
It sounds like a
confused.
TikTok prank.
I know. I
But it
didn't
was
know
a
what the hell
Scavenger
was
hunt.
going on.
Take a photo with a stranger.
I asked why. They didn't give me I don't know, no reason.
was
And
the-
I think I took the picture, and then I was really pissed about it afterwards. And
Because
he
they
also asked
stole
me
your
for my
soul.
number, and I didn't give it to him.
Oh,
either.
really?
There you
So
go.
guys are 0 for 2. If the guy who asked for your number was objectively super handsome and hot, would you have said yes?
If it was actually Don Draper?
If it was a 6'4" cool dude.
I think the flirting before is kind of an
Essential.
important part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
I think just coming out of the blue and asking for a number is it's a bit
Yeah.
much.
I
Regardless
think it shows a lot of
Yeah.
character to like flirt but not ask for the number. So he's like confident and a little shy, which is a nice attitude to have for a guy, I think.
This guy.
Yeah.
Not the guy that asked. For
Yeah,
No,
it's-
that guy sucked.
Yeah.
It's so tough because it's like, on the one hand, I think if you're having a nice time with someone, ask them for their number. As long as you're not being like, it's so situation dependent. Dawn, I
Yeah.
don't know you, but because it can often be, you can feel very trapped as a woman sometimes, being like, oh no, I'm appeasing this person and I'm stuck on the subway, and then he's gonna ask for my number and I'm gonna have to say no. But then the worst that happens is they say no. The best thing that happens is you made a connection with someone, you get to talk to them again.
Right.
The worst thing that happens is they say no and you never ever
See them again.
stop thinking. No, for me, I would never stop thinking about it for the rest of my life.
Are you okay?
That's something to be explored, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Totally.
think that's an opportunity for growth.
Maybe.
My
But that's
mind
not
is
gonna-
littered with thousands of women.
I'm 37. I'm not going to grow now.
It's too late.
so,
Done.
so this
Yeah, you
is
gotta
my
stop at
advice. If you,
37.
I don't think I've ever asked a stranger for their number in my life because I'm, the crippling
Yeah.
fear of rejection. So how I would do it if I needed to now, I would say I would give them my phone so they have all the control. It's like, do you want to put your number in here? It can be fake if you want.
That's really nice. You're already getting rejected.
So that way I'm not. It's kind of
me.
this is what I've been calling prejection.
That's good.
Which is
subverting them, getting
yeah,
rejected
I'm rejecting
before.
myself a little bit.
So you can't hurt
Right.
me.
It can be fake.
Dang,
That's- as long as you hand the phone
I'll
back
type
to me.
555 and you give me the last 4
Yeah.
digits. It
Give me
has to
four
be
four
fake.
digits. I'll call that a win.
Here's what I think you do. This just occurred to me.
Okay.
Okay.
I think you carry a pen,
Cool.
maybe a
Pen is way cooler than the phone.
a pre-worn copy of your favorite novel.
Love it.
That you have an additional one of, so you can tear out the pages.
Nice.
As the conversation is coming to a close,
This is my number.
write it down. I really liked meeting you. Here's my number. Do with it what you will.
That's
Oh,
really
that's
good.
good.
'Cause
That's
it's also
nice.
charming.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
you're not like, what's your information?
Give me your
Right.
and it's not, you don't have to pass the phone. It doesn't feel too like premeditated because
That's
you're like,
good.
hey, hold on, here's my number. You can have it if you're really being strategic. You can have it pre-written and just act like you're writing it, tear it out.
That's good. Yeah.
Because you don't have a lot of time. The door's open.
You don't
It's like,
have a lot of
Hey, I really
time.
like
Right.
meeting you. Could you give me your number? And then it's like the doors are already
Right.
closing. It's like, this is too
She
much
says,
information.
no, you just missed your stop. You have to stand in the
917-554-3855.
train.
Then you got to do the Craigslist misconnections thing.
Or
the
if you
do
write the
law
number,
misconnections.
write
Yeah.
your number
Yep.
on your hand, get off the train, slam it on, say, I love you.
Then run with the train.
Say, you're losing that arm.
How do you like these apples? Smeared because you're fucking sweating up a storm. So nervous to pull this move off. You can't even handle it.
Fall between the track and the train.
That's a really good idea. Is the here's
Yeah,
my
I
number.
think you
Yeah,
nailed
here's
it.
my number, the writing it down, especially bringing back the book callback. You have to be on the subway with the book.
You got to be on the subway with the book. Otherwise, you just sitting there.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, it could be. Why don't it's not a page from the book, but it's your bookmark, which is actually like the hours that you volunteer at the children's hospital. So it's like kind of like your
Yes.
your like information packet from there.
Yeah, really good. Try to include some personal details.
Mm-hmm.
Keep her curious.
Okay. Or on a bank receipt where you just like fake deposit like $98,000, so you get like.
Deposited it.
Well, you go
You
to
had a
deposit
check
like a
it
check
out.
for
How do you
$100.
bank?
How
Be
do you
like,
fake
can you
deposit?
print this for me?
I think you could
type it up.
you can like go in and put a deposit for like $100 $100, but like when in the amount, just say 98,000, and then they'll print out a receipt.
Yeah.
And it won't be verified. It won't say that's your new amount, but it'll just say deposit amount.
That's actually, how about this? You literally deposit your phone number worth of cash.
Whoa,
So
that's
it's
cool.
310,907,864.
My phone number is exactly how much money I have.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay, so the two of us
give me
have
a
made
ring.
your idea significantly worse.
Yeah,
but
start off by lying.
Right.
Start the relationship off with a huge lie.
if someone could scrub back, then there's actually good advice in there.
All right, cool. That's good. Let's take a break. Come back, answer more questions. But so far, you're 1 for 1. So it's good that you guys
Hell
are
yeah.
here. We wouldn't have thought about that one.
Great. I hope it works for him.
Thank you to Helix for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Whoa, I love Helix.
Yes, Jake, you sleep on a Helix.
Yes, I rest. I rest easy on my Helix.
That's right. So you know how Helix understands what works best for you and your body, right? Because you took the Helix sleep quiz.
Test.
Quiz, and you found the perfect mattress in under 2 minutes. It's such an easy, fun, simple quiz, right?
Not that easy, not that fun. Pretty fun, but not easy. Pretty hard. Pretty easy for me, because I'm smart. Pretty simple for a genius, but maybe hard for others. Give it a try yourself and find out if you're as smart as I am.
Yeah, they just ask you how you sleep and stuff, and you let them know, and then they sort of suggest, they recommend one of their world-class mattresses, which is a perfect fit.
Indeed. Indeed it is.
And if it's not, you have a 100-night risk-free trial, and you're ready to return it for a full refund.
That's amazing. It's a lot of time to test a mattress.
Everybody is unique. Everybody sleeps differently. So Helix has different models with memory foam layers to provide the optimal pressure relief, whether you sleep on your side or your back or your stomach. Plus, they have cooling features to keep you from overheating.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Oh, wow is right. And right now, Helix is offering up to $200 off all mattress orders and 2 free pillows for our listeners.
Nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely nice.
Just got to go to helixsleep.com/ifIwereYou.
Right.
That's helixsleep.com/ifIwereYou.
Yep.
With Helix, better sleep starts now.
Yeah.
And we're back. Hey, Emily or Sammy, do you guys have any? Mom, I'm coming! Gross. Weird. That was
Who
so...
did that? Oh.
That was, I think Jake.
That was weird.
I'm the one that said gross at the end. So that was, I will take credit for that,
That ended up
thinking
in
it's
there?
gross.
That was so
Weird.
random. Right.
so
Who does
random.
Yeah, unsolicited advice, however big or small.
I have one that probably most people know, but it's an
About
important
you?
one.
Or just in general.
In general,
Okay.
if you're just starting out with edibles,
Oh, this is good. No, this is actually important.
it's important to start
This has
small.
happened to both of us.
25 milligrams is not a starting dose.
It's too high.
And start small, but I would take it a step further and say read and reread that packaging.
You're going to want to read it.
You're gonna want to.
read it
You're
really
gonna look at it.
closely.
You're gonna think you read it. You're gonna go, yeah, I get it.
So what's a
Take
good
a beat.
entry amount? 5?
I think 5 is pretty. You could start lower.
I started at 2.5. Well, I started at 25.
Yeah,
and then,
I want to know this.
And then
I
dialed
want
it
to know the
way
story
back.
behind the advice.
Yeah, I had a cookie that I think it had more. It was listed more as nutritional information than like serving sizes, and I think it was the whole cookie was this amount, and I was like, well, I don't eat the whole cookie, so I'll eat half of it. So the cookie I think was 50 milligrams, and
Which
I
is
thought
too
like
high,
that's
right?
it. Yes,
25
way
is-
too
They
high.
shouldn't put it into, like, that's how it used to be even before all these
I think most people
dispensaries. It
know
was
like don't eat a whole cookie,
have an
but I was
eighth
like
of a
one cookie.
I
How do
think
you
that's what I'm
stop
saying.
eating
Like
a
an
cookie?
eighth of a cookie.
Yeah,
Who
like,
on
how are you
earth
supposed
does
to-
that?
You're supposed to
So
slice a fucking
stupid.
chocolate chip like a pizza or something like that.
I had heard this story. I knew this Sammy story that I have known for a long time, and then we got some gummies.
Yeah.
And similarly, the serving size of a gummy is half a gummy. You cut a gummy in half.
Just make it smaller.
So make it smaller. But so I was like, right, I get it. Knowing this had happened to Sammy, not thinking a thing of it. Ate the whole gummy, and thankfully it was only 10, so I was like, fine. But I was immediately like, whoa, I'm like actually very high. But like, make them smaller.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of edibles. I can't do it.
I'm afraid of smoking.
I'm afraid of that too.
Smoking seems harder to
It's hard.
gauge.
I just also it
how high you're
feels
gonna get.
hard.
Yeah, and I also don't like
Hurts.
being high either. So, and the cookies
So
don't
what are you
taste
gonna
good.
do?
So, like, how am I
Really
supposed to
no
be cool
upside
in
here.
today's economy?
For me, it's just alcohol and cocaine. That's
really
That's-
cool. Yeah.
Thanks
Stick with
God,
the
those are still
classics.
cool.
Stick with the
How can you
Stick with
dose?
the
Those
classics.
are normal.
They don't put
You
cocaine
can dose
in
it because
Jolly
it's
Ranchers.
snipping and sipping and snorting.
Yeah, it's
I don't like the
easy.
eating. You have no idea what you just ingested.
Let's stick with something we're all far more used to, which is snorting.
You know how you'll
simple.
snort a salad? It's the same situation, only
Just
it's meth.
regular snorting.
Okay, that's a good one. 25 milligrams.
Is
too
not.
much.
Way
Sorry.
Too high,
too much.
too high.
But also
Okay.
good to know.
Start small.
You can't die from it.
That's good.
I Googled it. It
You
took
could just
me 10
feel
minutes
like you
to type
are.
it into Google.
Yeah.
It will pass. It will pass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you got one better than that.
No, but I got one, which is this is very small and boring again. But I've really taken to keeping spares that live in my car. I've got a car set of several things.
Oh, I love it.
I've got a car set of mints.
Okay.
I have a car set of sandals.
Yep.
Nice.
I've got a car set of sunglasses.
Amazing.
They don't leave the car; they stay in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because if you're in a rush and you're on your way out and you're like, oh, I'm about to meet somebody. Oh no, I just had lunch. Got my car mints. Or oh, it's Sprite. I got my car sunglasses. Sometimes you want to change into a comfortable pair of shoes.
Wow.
So
What about
I've just
masks.
I've got
You got
I have
car
so
masks?
I have an
Oh, the
absurd
1,000
amount of
masks.
masks in my car by now. But yeah, you got car masks.
Did they
Also
s-
just for safety, you got to have some earthquake shoes and an earthquake kit.
An
Oh.
earthquake. What's in an earthquake kit?
Like you could just buy them pre-made. I bought mine like 10 years ago now, so it's probably unsafe. But it has like a blanket and some like protein packs and like
Yeah.
water, things like that.
Like
Yeah.
if you had to run to your car and drive into the desert.
Yeah, basically. I mean, I think like honestly, you're fucked. But
Yeah,
or if like
right.
you're in your car when an earthquake happens and you can't leave for a while,
Or go
you know,
back to your
and
house.
so yeah, you've got like
Right.
You have
food
the
and
powder.
stuff.
I really do want to bury a bag somewhere of stuff.
Bury it
Bury
somewhere.
it
Yeah.
Not have it on
like
you.
in
Not-
Central Park.
Make
Like
Right.
it-
I need
make
it. I
it
need
like
it
an
outside
adventure.
the city so I can just get in my
Yeah, you do
car,
need it
drive
outside
to
the city.
yeah, drive to like my
Where'd that-
bunker or something.
yeah, where'd that be? Like where's
outside,
outside of the city?
I think I'd probably want to go north. So
Yeah, we're all gonna want to go north eventually. I think.
right. Yeah,
'Cause
so
of global
Hudson Valley
warming.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe Red Hook. That's nice.
Okay. Well, don't tell everybody.
Okay, actually,
It would be in these
definitely
coordinates.
Red Hook. But
I'm
it's
going
actually,
south.
It's actually Dipoli.
Okay, good. You whisper it so nobody heard.
All right.
You get there and the bag is empty.
What the fuck?
They left the bag, just emptied it.
Oh, I needed to put stuff in the bag. Damn it. All right, 2 solid tips. One is to keep sunglasses in your car. The other one is to not have
It's
too
having
much
duplicates.
weed.
It's having the duplicates.
It's-
It's really
no, but
important.
the
Sunglasses is important. I'm going to do that. I have
Yeah.
regular glasses in my car because have to wear glasses if I go to the movies. And it happened once that I forgot my prescription glasses. It was to see Baby Driver, and I only had prescription sunglasses. And so I watched the whole movie in sunglasses.
Wow.
That is
That's cool.
honestly
And
the
he wears
funniest
sunglasses the
possible
whole
movie
movie.
to wear sunglasses
It's so
in.
funny because people
Whoa, who's
probably
that
thought I was
cool
like,
chick?
I love Baby Driver so much that I
She really
also have to
prepared
wear
for Baby Driver.
Leather jacket, sunglasses. I feel like there's a Seinfeld episode about someone forgetting their glasses, having to watch the movie in sunglasses.
Yep.
I had
They
to go to
think you're
dinner with a
super
friend who
fan.
they had to wear sunglasses the whole time because
Really?
he forgot his glasses. Pretty weird.
So funny.
Okay, here's another question that we could potentially help with.
All right.
Roommate dilemma. Another dude. How about Sammy? Why don't you give us a fake name for this dude?
I'm going to say my roommate's name, Amanda.
That's
My old
nice.
roommate's name.
So this,
Amanda.
nice.
There you go.
A man named Amanda. Imagine that.
Imagine that's
Keeping it
wacky.
really
That
secret.
would be insane. But it could happen. Literally.
Yeah. I mean,
Like
just
there's no
did.
law
It'd be
against
so
it.
random.
It would
It would
be
be
so
so
random.
That's the name of this episode. So random.
I knew you were gonna try to do that.
And you didn't stop me?
No, I wanted to hear it.
I've been dating a girl for 7 months, says Amanda. And how weird would it be?
But
And it just recently dawned on me that she's been slowly moving into my apartment. Seriously, I woke up one day and I realized half the shit in my bathroom isn't mine. She's just got more clothes in my closet than me, and she probably spends more time in my apartment than I do.
Could just be duplicates, except for
be
the.
It's true.
Sometimes you gotta have duplicates.
Yeah.
To be fair, after we'd been dating for 4 months, I gave her a key and told her that she can keep some of the stuff at my place to make it
Okay,
more
well.
convenient. But I didn't expect that it would lead to this. I confronted her about it.
Oh,
She
boy.
said living at my place is more convenient for her because my place is closer to where she works and goes to school. I guess I understand the convenience factor, but I didn't expect to be living with this broad so soon into our relationship. To make matters worse, when I told her I needed some space, she accused me of wanting to cheat on her. She said the only reason I could possibly have for not wanting her to live with me is that I could bring other girls home.
Wow.
And nothing could be further from the truth.
I don't know
where
I think
to
I switched
start.
sides.
What do I do?
I've stayed on the side I am firmly on.
What do I do? Do I suck it up and let her live with me? Is there any way to politely tell her to leave without hurting her feelings?
Obviously
Help, I need
not.
my space, please. Thanks, love, Amanda.
Both cut your losses, break up.
Yeah,
Both.
I think probably you guys don't like each other. Seems like enough.
Well, she
Yeah.
loves him so much that she's afraid he'll cheat
No,
on
she's-
her.
she-
And
right,
has
she-
to be there to stop.
That's not love.
That's not love.
It's true.
She feels
romance
like she
in a
needs to
way.
guard his apartment.
Yes, on call, and she can't even sleep a wink because she doesn't know if at any point in the night he can
Yeah.
sneak a woman.
Are you peeing in there or cheating on me?
He's cheating on her. Oh, how did you know?
Assuming best intentions.
Okay.
I think you gotta just have a conversation. You gotta talk to each other and just say, I don't know, actually, no, just break up. I
Wow,
can't even
it's
think
over.
of
I
that.
agree. You should break up because to me it's happening at an appropriate timeline. Maybe a
And
little
you gave
accelerated,
a
but like
key.
4 months in, you give the key. You say you can keep stuff here if you want. 7 months later, that's another 3 months. There's more stuff, and she's spending more time there. You set that up to happen.
But
And if you don't like what's happened since, then yes, break up.
Have you
Because-
seen How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? She puts all of her female stuff in his drug closet. And
not a tampon.
Yeah.
Oh,
He actually shuts the
I think
mirror.
I'm gonna puke.
It's not unlike a horror movie. He slams the mirror, but there's no one behind her, so you don't have to freak
Because
out.
the horrifying stuff is inside.
Yes, exactly. It's coming from inside the medicine cabinet.
I mean, I think in a scenario where it doesn't seem like you don't like each other, then you would have that conversation. Hey, I like you being here. I've realized I need some time that's just my own.
Mm-hmm.
Can we find a way to work that out? But I don't know that
But
these
they
two
had that
can.
conversation, and
There's
she
something about
said,
they confrontation.
Yeah.
"That's true."
I confronted her about this. Feels like
Yeah, sounds like you're coming at it with the wrong
I
attitude.
caught you with a dress in my closet.
Fuck is this?
I caught you bread-handed. That's because she moved her gluten-free bread into his pantry, which is so fucked up.
Yeah, you got to
It's
break
so
up with this
fucked
guy.
up.
Me? What did I do? I'm just here to mediate. Christ.
Yeah. It feels like there's issues outside of the living together
Yes,
thing.
it is-
There's trust
it's-
issues and insecurity
issues,
issues and jealousy
communication
issues.
issues.
Yeah,
communication
it's not
issues.
the
Yeah.
details. It's the
Right.
you know,
The
Yeah.
living together is making all of those things worse.
as it often does. It exacerbates what's already
Right.
there.
It's shown you the cracks are getting wider and it's time to break up.
That's unfortunate.
Best of luck to you both.
But
Sorry,
I-
Amanda.
Actually,
Yeah.
this was sent a year or two ago. I can ask for a follow-up.
I would
to see.
love to
Yeah.
know.
They're
What if they're
married
so
with kids now?
happy now?
Probably.
All it took was
It's
a
possible.
conversation
I
and
mean,
we
it really
saved
would
it.
only
So
take
wait, you said it was sent
conversation.
like 2 years ago? Because if it,
Yeah,
what if this
year
was
and a
like
half.
March 2020 and then now they're stuck?
Oh,
Oh,
my god.
God.
They didn't know. They moved in.
They got 2 pandemic puppies.
There's probably a lot of couples like that like accelerated their position.
Absolutely.
Two of my siblings, one of my sisters and my brother.
Oh, really?
Both my
How'd
brother's
you
third
move
date with
in?
his girlfriend went on for 3.5 months.
Because they just like
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
I think
We're
it
in a
happened
pod.
for
Yeah.
a lot of people.
She met my parents like so fast into their, but now they're still together.
It's
Well,
like
she
Love
died of
Island.
COVID.
It's like the relationships progress so quickly because you're spending all.
It's
your
true.
time
I do
together.
feel like a
Just
lot of
like Love
people
Island.
through the pandemic, I had like people I knew who were in long-term relationships that ended because of it, and then people who really like locked it in.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of time to spend with somebody.
Yeah, you couldn't leave for like months.
Couldn't leave. You either realize that's a good thing or a very bad thing.
Totally. I got married 2 years before the pandemic, and COVID basically made me like really sure of the decision.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I think I was like, oh wow, I couldn't be married to a better person because I had to live in just an apartment with that person for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And not even your apartment.
Right. Can you imagine?
Disgusting. Okay. I'll follow up and we'll try to get an answer from this person.
I'd love to know. I really wish them both the best. I just hope it's with other people.
Let's get one more break in, come back, and answer more questions after these messages. Left-handed for some reason. Thank you to Dadgrass for sponsoring this episode of our show.
Major big ups.
Dadgrass is legal organic hemp that relaxes your body and mellows your mind.
I can attest to that.
And it's good because it doesn't get you rip-roaringly high. You know, it's like the equivalent of having a glass of wine instead of a bottle of vodka.
Yeah, it's nice. It's fun. It's mellow. It's casual. It's enjoyable.
It's honestly the perfect pairing to everything summer has to offer. You want that light, chill summer night, and Dadgrass is a good way to make that happen.
I took it on vacation. It was an incredible little after dinner ritual.
That's cool. And you can do it in front of your parents because you're an adult now.
I did do it in front of my parents. I tried to get my dad to smoke it.
And your dad can't be like, not under my house, not under my rules. You're like, this is completely...
I didn't have to be like,
it's federally legal, yeah.
This is my friend John's. No, I was just like, I was paid to have this by a podcast advertiser. Yeah. This is my success, Dad. It was awesome.
And all Dadgrass products are federally legal for ages 18 and over, and it ships right to your door anywhere in the U.S. Mm-hmm. So you just go to dadgrass.com/ifIwereYou to check out their products.
That's right.
Oh, whoa. Dadgrass is offering our listeners 20% off your first order.
Whoa.
You just got to go to dadgrass.com/ifIwereYou. That's dadgrass.com/ifIwereYou for 20% off your first order.
Easy.
20% off a chill weed experience?
Sign me up.
All right.
Yeah.
One more time. That's dadgrass.com/ifIwereYou.
Right on.
Thanks, Dadgrass. And we're back. This is a good gift.
Left-handed fist bump.
It just
little
feels
not
weak.
right.
Yeah. Okay. We need a lady's name. So you guys can just sort of shout one out together at the same time.
Oh, let's try to see if they can come up with the same name.
Oh, that's cool.
1, 2, 3.
Sammy.
Same name.
Jacqueline.
Can you believe it?
That was
We said
crazy.
the same
We said
name.
the same name.
Really?
They both said
Sounded
Sammy
like-
Jacqueline.
We both said Sammy Jacqueline. That's crazy.
You guys
We're
are
so in
soulmates.
sync.
That was so random. Okay, I'm a 25-year-old female, right? Sammy Jacqueline.
Sammy Jacqueline.
It's just one, no dash
Sammy
or anything.
Jacqueline.
It's just one continuous
Yes,
name.
one long name.
Sammy Jacqueline.
Without any capital letters in it.
No, all
right.
lowercase.
And I've been dating my boyfriend for almost 9 months. Pretty early into the relationship, he established that he had, for lack of a better term, a panty fetish, which to him is just liking a specific kind of panty, and this has been an easy way for us to connect intimately. However, he was scrolling through some old photos on his phone, and I noticed he had some scandalous pics from his past girlfriends. Of course, that can be excused since I know everyone has their past. But the weird part is I noticed in the photos, the ex in question was wearing not one, but 2 of the exact same panties that my boyfriend has bought for me. Not just the same style, the exact same brand / style / color. Ever since I saw those photos, I have not brought it up, but is it messed up of him to buy the exact same pair of panties for different women? Or is he just not over his ex? I'm fine with most fetishes, but this seems strange to me. Thanks, lads. Hope I can see you soon.
All right, us too.
Yeah, well, if he has a fetish of this specific kind of underwear, he buys it for all of his lady friends.
Yeah.
Including,
I'm thinking that's kind of par for the course. I'm wondering How did she see these text messages?
I guess he
photos?
Scrolling
he
through
was
his photos.
scrolling through like on an airplane probably, and then she's like, "What are you looking at?" And he's like, "Nothing. Don't worry about it," but kind of angling it towards her so she could see it and he
Nothing.
can gauge her reaction. Yeah, and he so she's kind of offended that it's the exact same brand / style / color.
I don't
Yeah.
think you have to worry about that. I think it's fetish, right? Like I feel like
Right.
that's what
It's consistent.
He didn't
he
just come up
likes.
with this fetish brand new during your relationship.
Yeah.
In theory, he's
Yeah.
kind of like he has this and now he's applying it to your relationship. I think there's something that's like, I mean, I would have to know more about the underwear. Is it like the shape or is it like actually this is the brand and color that is the fetish? Because if that's the case, then there's not like, honestly, you shouldn't even be surprised, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I also feel like there's probably a good chance this guy just knows that website and is like
It's like I know
repurchased.
which
you
ones
know?
I like.
Right.
Like that
He
could
has an
just
Amazon subscription.
yeah, like
app.
yeah.
he's just like these are the ones I liked.
Yeah, so you could easily just buy similar ones that you like that you don't have an association with the ex.
I think ultimately, once again, you should probably talk about it. You should. You should.
That's
say,
blanket answer for most questions we
Yeah,
get.
I should
Is
probably
like talk about
say
it with
this
someone besides
to
us.
the person.
Leave us alone.
I think especially if you saw the photos, you could. There's a way to bring it up, saying like, "Hey, so I saw these. I don't want to assume. You know, I just have to express to you that it made me feel a little insecure.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get? Is there a pair you'd be into that you could get for only me, and we could do that one, or
Right.
some? You know, I just want to feel.
What's your second
Special.
fetish? Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I have a fetish. It's you not fantasizing about your fucking ex.
Yeah. Oh,
That gets me off.
you know what I would fucking love?
Do you think the old photos on the phone is no bueno? Would you delete
That's
them?
it sounds like they're more recent. She said they've been dating for 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
You
like
had to scroll
9
back
months
pretty
ago I'd
far.
have to scroll pretty far.
Yeah. He's
Yeah,
got
I
to
think-
be looking at those photos at that point,
don't
right?
know,
Because what else do you
stir the
scroll
pot
back
here.
that far for?
I think it's fair to also ask.
Maybe
him
he
to
has an album.
It's got to
delete
be an
the
album, right?
photos.
From
If
the
it makes
cloud
you
too?
uncomfortable?
From the cloud
From
too?
the cloud.
I think it's
How deep does this
No, I think it's
go?
common decency to kind of like at least try to hide those secrets from somebody, right? Like leaving them right on the phone and like in a place where
Especially
someone
the
could
lock
see them and
screen.
be hurt by them
If
is
it's the lock screen that's too like in your face.
The lock screen is way too in your face.
Yeah, even the home screen.
Home screen's not great.
Yeah, 'cause
Don't
then
make
she
him my
could open it.
contact photo.
Please,
Yeah.
that's not me.
That's not even me.
Yeah, I think shielding someone from scandalous photos from your past is the bare minimum. You don't necessarily have to delete everything from the cloud,
Right,
Because that's
yeah.
a little much.
You might want that later. We don't know, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I think just like being a little more discreet on his end and expressing that on her end probably is the best way to go.
But I probably wouldn't be okay if there was still old sexy photos of boyfriends past on my girlfriend's phone. I'd be like, what's the point of having
I'd want
these?
those in a hard drive in the closet at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
please off the cloud.
Cloud's
It
fine.
really shouldn't be.
I don't even know how to get to the cloud, so
Nobody does.
no,
Yeah, my cloud keeps filling up, and they're like, your
I just-
cloud's full.
my-
You have to
if there's
delete
no
those
notifications
sexy
all the
photos.
time.
Yeah.
It's just part of life.
What am I supposed to do?
Just-
And it'll
okay.
always fill up.
Oh, okay,
Apple.
thanks.
Okay, thank you for letting me know.
Thanks so
Yeah.
much. Once I like bought a little more storage, and then I was like, it's full again. I don't know what to do. Okay,
That's where I'm at right now.
okay,
Yeah.
great, thanks.
You're in
Back to
between
square
like
one.
because it's like 2 gigabytes or 9 terabytes for $10 a month. I'm like, I
Not
can't
doing it.
I
Not
can't go
doing it.
through
I
all
don't
the
know how to get
photos.
there.
You know how many videos I take of a dog sort of sunbathing? I can't fucking
And that's
go
your
back and
that's your
delete.
fetish.
Yes, and he is in panties.
He's
The
in
dog
panties.
is in panties.
Now that does sound fun.
So yeah, so would your advice specifically for this lady be like talk to this guy and say you shouldn't have old photos, or just say
She's
I
not even
noticed."
asking about the old photos, right?
She's asking if it means he's still into his ex, which I think, to
I think
Sammy's
he-
point, not necessarily.
Right. I think he's really into these panties.
I think he's really into these. He wants more
right.
panties.
He's just a panty fiend, and that's
Maybe I also say like send him some pictures of you. Send some better replacements.
Oh, that's good. So
Yeah.
out with the old, in with the new.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood the panty fetish. What's so exciting about underwear?
There's all kinds of fetishes. There's all kinds of reasons.
I need a
some you
fucking
Panty fetish is one of the tamest ones you can have.
I need
though.
a winter coat, like a fucking what's it called when the sleeping bag goes all the way down to the ankles. Arctic wear, sub-zero, -60 graded sleeping bag.
I could get into
confused.
Hot as
Right.
hell.
I have an ice climber fetish. They need to be just like, like South Park characters.
crampons and strap-ons.
Crampons. That was really good. Did you guys hear that?
Heard it.
Because you didn't quite laugh.
I did hear
I
it.
laughed.
Yeah.
Let's roll that back.
Rewind.
I didn't guffaw, but I laughed.
I guess come to think of it, it doesn't fully rhyme.
Right.
The way you sort of
Yeah, I
tried
only
to.
laugh at rhymes.
Yeah.
It needs to be a
Could have been
perfect
better, could have
rhyme,
been better.
Not even a
otherwise
slant, right?
it's not really for me.
I think
Yeah.
it does count as a slant, right?
I have a
But-
slanty fetish. So the more things sort of don't rhyme, the more I have that as a picture on my phone.
Yeah.
So that sort of
Picture of
rhymes
a sound.
on my phone.
You're making everyone uncomfortable.
That's fine. That's
That
where
feels
the
like the
comedy
fetish.
happens. Yeah, I jerk off to Curb Your Enthusiasm. Okay, remind us one more time about your podcast.
It's called Too Scary Didn't Watch. It is available on Headgum.
Nice.
And if you're interested in what happens in scary movies, if you're not willing to watch them, we're there for you. If you love scary movies, we're there for you too, because it's just more scary movies.
What's the most recent few that you've seen?
We all just watched. We did a rare everybody watches the movie this past
Special
week
treat.
for a special treat for Prey, the new Predator franchise movie
yeah,
that just
people are
came
loving
out.
that.
It was
Prequel.
great, and we got to interview the director Dan Trachtenberg, which was
Whoa.
totally awesome.
It was
We
so
tried to get him
fun.
for this podcast, and he.
Well, he wrote in the panty fetish
Said
thing.
Oh right, that was him.
That was
Holy
him, yeah.
shit!
Yeah, and that was great. What else have we? Oh, there's a lot of new releases this summer. So we've done
Yeah.
Nope and Bodies.
Bodies.
Did you guys like Nope?
I did.
Yeah.
Sweet, same. And we all liked it.
We all liked
Good.
it equally. All
We
of
all
us.
liked it equally.
I didn't see it, so I don't have to even.
I have
answer.
heard good things about Bodies, though.
Super fun.
Loved Bodies. Yeah.
Great time.
All right, sweet. So check out Emily and Sammy on Too Scary Didn't Watch. Thank you for coming on this show.
Thank you guys for having us.
Would love to watch a horror movie sometime with you guys. Let me know
Ooh.
if that's available. I can't do horror, but
Okay.
there's
That's the
a
premise of the show.
rom-com,
Okay.
like sort of a wacky week that you guys do where
Certainly,
we watch.
so when you said if you'd love to watch a horror movie with us, that you
meant
don't mean that.
Not that.
Not horror.
Okay, well,
specifically.
not
no,
a-
sure.
Well, not an
Yeah.
actual horror
but not a
movie.
horror movie.
Kind of
but
like maybe
Like,
something kind of
Have you
opposite
guys ever watched
vibe.
Scary Movie?
We could do that.
we could do scary movie.
'Cause
I
it
feel
is
like
kind
that's
of
close
scary.
enough.
We've done
Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead and some other like
We did What We
horror
Do in the
comedies,
Shadows,
What We
which-
Do in the
that's horror
Shadows.
comedy.
basically.
Yeah, but
So,
those
yeah.
are way, way, way too scary for me.
Way.
Yeah, like not even close.
All right.
All right, sweet. Thanks to you guys for watching. We should have said that we're in studio and you should watch the show on YouTube. But at
this point, they know. They know.
It's
You either
too
did or you
late.
didn't.
You either did or you didn't. And you can go back and watch it, which would have been really above and beyond. So thank you guys for doing that. Thanks for
Pretty
listening
cool
to it and
left-handed
upgrading it.
fist bump at one point. So,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Gotta
You're gonna want to
check
see
that
that.
out.
One
wanna
more
see it.
time. The opening theme song, the closing theme song, the theme song is by, oh gosh, do you remember his name? Something. to something.
the bottom feeder. Scrappy the bottom feeder.
Scrappy the bottom
That was
feeder?
it. That was definitely it.
Are you
100%.
naming a goldfish?
Don't
no,
look it
that
up, don't
was
look it up.
not
That
his
was it.
name. That was, there's no way.
Elbow the bottom feeder.
There's
there was
no
an S.
way.
There's an
S?
Scramble bottom
Scrunch?
feeder.
Scrambles the clown.
Scranch. It was Scranch, I think.
I think it was
It was
Scranch.
Sketch the bottom feeder.
Scranch is pretty close.
Scranch is the closest we got.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Sketch. Thanks to everybody for watching. We'll be back next week. Bye.
Later.
Hey, what's up, guys? Just give me a second real quick. Al, maybe you need some advice, but not from your babe or your peers. Maybe you're scared of the dark and have trouble shaking the fear. Maybe you're drinking too much, could fill a lake with the beers. Maybe your girl wants to peg, plans on gaping your rear. Maybe when you see your reflection, you feel like breaking the mirror. Maybe she's pretty, but her voice isn't, you hate what you hear. Maybe your situation ain't yet fully opaque, but it's clear that you could benefit from reaching out to Jake and Amir at the If I Were You show. Yeah. It could easily be said these guys are too dope. With their help, you'll no longer be lonely and horny like some huge joke. Come get you some advice, you puto. I think if I were you, show. Yeah. It could easily be said these guys are too dope. With their help, you'll no longer be lonely and horny like some huge joke. Come get you some advice, you puto. I think if I were you, show.
That was a Headgum original.